How's it going, folks? This is View from Marseille. And do you like what if stories? If so, then you're gonna like this one. But before that, what if I had an intro? Okay, so what if story we are tackling today is going to be what if Goku killed Cell instead of Gohan. Now before you all be like, that's not going to change anything. Trust me, it's going to change a lot in the Dragon Ball Z series. So, during Cell games we know this. Gohan reaches Super Saiyan 2, Goku dies, and Gohan kills Cell. But what if we said this? Goku ended up actually killing Cell somewhere during their fight. Like maybe when he used the instant transmission Kamehameha, he ended up actually using more power to fully erase Cell cells. Kinda like how Gohan did. Cell cells, it sounds kinda weird. Cell cells. Cell cells. Oh, matter of fact, he could just use the Spirit Bomb. Kinda similar to the one he used on Kid Buu. That would actually be strong enough to actually put Cell down for the count. This means 16 would never have to die, because he wouldn't have to step into the Cell games to actually give Gohan the pep talk. And since 16 never died, Gohan never reached Super Saiyan 2. So we changed those three factors we had in the beginning. Now let's fast forward to the World's Martial Arts Tournament. Now I'm gonna say let's fast forward a little bit more to, I'm gonna say Gohan versus Kibito. Now originally during the fight, Gohan turned Super Saiyan 2 and was ready to fuck some shit up. He even sent Spokesperson Yano coming down from behind and was like, what up, I'm ready, come at me. But the Kaioken froze Gohan in place, which led to the energy being taken by the Majin brothers. Yeah, I'm just gonna call them the Majin brothers for like sake of convenience. But with our alternate what if timeline, Gohan never reached Super Saiyan 2 since he spent all the time studying after the Cell games. Therefore, it's highly likely he will still be targeted by the Majin brothers, but he'd still be Kibito, and the tournament would go on. Around this time, Goku and Vegeta matchup will be close if not next. Now here's where it gets a little complicated, okay? Vegeta and Goku will without a doubt reach Super Saiyan 2 by now, because they constantly trained, so they would have eventually broke through their limit. So during that fight, one of them would transform, let's just say Goku for now for convenience. Once transformed, the Majin brothers would then puff the surprise attack, kinda similar to the one they did to Gohan. And yes, the Kaioken would freeze Goku in place, but two factors could happen from this. Factor A is when Goku doesn't get energy taken. This would be if Goku breaks free from Supreme Kai's key attack, or magic, I don't know what it's called. Sort of like how Gohan did with that one Bojack henchman. Or factor B, he does get his energy taken because Vegeta just allows it, which could be possible because since Goku didn't die during the Cell games, Vegeta could fight him at any time and he wouldn't be so desperate to fight him as he was when Goku was back for one day. Now following factor A, the Majin brothers will eventually go back to Babidi and be killed for not fulfilling the objective. Babidi would then go out and eventually find new means of energy. How would he do that? I don't know, maybe you go to a new planet, find an energy source there. I really don't know, but if you guys know a good way how you could do this, let me know down in the comment section below. Factor B, they give the energy lamp to Babidi, but still gets killed by Babidi. So either way, they both end up dead, and both factors still lead to Majin Buu reawakening. On to the Babidi saga. So the Goku vs Yakon fight and Vegeta vs Pui fight will go on as normally. The Gohan vs the Bora fight will actually end with Gohan losing as before, this time just way worse, like he would get destroyed by the Bora right now. So another complication of the saga that I ran into is when Babidi actually starts to take control of Vegeta's mind. Now in the real story, Vegeta allows this to happen because he feels he can use his power to finally beat Goku, and that Goku would have to fight him if he was to become evil like he once was before. However, it's been highly debatable if these feelings were actually heightened, just due to the fact that Goku was only on Earth for one day and Vegeta was getting desperate. So for our alternate timeline, I'm going to lean towards the side of Vegeta not allowing Babidi to take control of his mind, just because it gets more interesting that way. So when Vegeta fell under Babidi's mind control, he was transported back to the World Tournament. So it's safe to say that even if Vegeta didn't fall under the mind control, he'll still get transported back to stall for time. Around this time, instead of Gohan and Kaioken going to stop Majin Buu, it's also Goku and Vegeta. During the Buu saga, this was like sometime after Majin Buu reawakens, Majin Buu kills Deborah. So during the Buu saga, let's say somewhere around after Majin Buu kills Deborah, Goku, Vegeta, Kaioshin, and Gohan arrive at the scene. So, and just how this fight will work out. Either Goku or Vegeta will be the one to try to face Majin Buu first, like in a one-on-one fight. But no matter which one fights, they both get their ass whooped at the end, and at this point, Gohan will be more logical and be like, hey, Kaioshin, let's give this dude a two-piece combo. But they would just get fucked up too. And after a couple moments of getting beat on, Bobby would probably be gloating and command Majin Buu to kill them. But at this point, you know, Buu got the mind of a child, so he'll probably just keep on torturing them. But then eventually, Bobby would throw out the insults, and then at this point, Majin Buu would just get fed up and be like, oh really, you trying to start some shit? Let me just take you out then. And then that's when Majin Buu would just Falcon Punch Bobby, boom, he's gone. Bye bye Bobby. May you rest in peace. However, during this time period of Majin Buu killing Bobby, Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Kaioshin was able to regroup at Kami's lookout, barely escaping. After eating a couple of those delectable senzu beans, they sensed all the lives around the world being taken by Majin Buu. At this point, Goku and Vegeta would decide to go back into the hyperbolic time chamber because they needed more power to face Majin Buu again. Piccolo would be the one to go collect the Dragon Balls and hope to revive everyone who had died during Majin Buu's destruction. Goku and Vegeta would then go into the hyperbolic time chamber. And at this point, Kaioshin would tell Gohan he has a lot of potential and would take him to his plan to master the Z-Sword. Eventually, Gohan would be able to wield the Z-Sword perfectly, and to test to see if he is ready, Kaioshin would throw the black box, I think it's called a catching block, I'm not sure, telling him to slice it in half. As the sword would make contact with the block, it would still break, releasing Elder Kai. Once Elder Kai is released, he would tell Gohan that he can make him so much more stronger by bringing out his full potential. Around this time, Hercule had already befriended Majin Buu, and you know, Evil Buu had came out, and he turned the previous Buu into chocolate, eating him, gaining his power, and becoming Super Buu. Now let's go back to Piccolo. During his little journey to collect the Dragon Balls, I'm pretty sure Piccolo will eventually run to Super Buu, which he will have no choice but to fight because, as we've seen before, Majin Buu has the speed to catch up to anyone trying to run away. And in the end, Piccolo will end up being beaten easily. After achieving his mystic form, Gohan will then sense Piccolo's energy fading away. Then he will ask Kaioshin to transform back to Earth, and I'm pretty sure Kibito and the Elder Kai will want to come too. Gohan will then quickly turn the tides on Super Buu. Remember when they were at Kami's lookout and like Piccolo went off to go collect the Dragon Balls? Yeah, it turns out Goten and Trunks was actually following them from behind. So at this point, Goten and Trunks would then come out to reveal themselves, being too amazed at Gohan's new power, which led to Gohan laying his guard down. Super Buu would then absorb Piccolo, giving him an intellectual fighting advantage as he can now think of a good strategy. Around this time, Goku and Vegeta will have also emerged from the time chamber. They both will sense Super Buu's frightening energy. At this point, Goku would then use instant transmission to take them straight to the fight. After seeing Super Buu's new attire and ki, they would get knowledge from Kaioshin stating that Super Buu has absorbed Piccolo and then eventually Gohan, and is even far more powerful than anyone can imagine. At this point, Elder Kai would then state that they could use Control Fusion, which might help them achieve greater heights than Super Buu, thus becoming a means to defeat him. But, of course, Vegeta would say no, stating that he does not need help from anyone, and can kill Buu with his own power. But after facing Super Buu and realizing how powerless he is against him, both Goku and Vegeta will come to a conclusion that they need to fuse to win. So once Goku and Vegeta become Vegeta, our original timeline and the What If timeline reconnect. This is where the Vegeta vs Super Buu fight begins, with Goku and Vegeta eventually splitting off in the body of Buu, releasing everyone. During the What If timeline, Super Buu will still become Kid Buu, but for time purposes I'm not going to go into actual details of dealing with Kid Buu, but instead skip straight to the end with Goku realizing that he needs to use a Spirit Bomb to kill him just as he does in the original story. So if the fight with Kid Buu ends, so does our What If timeline. Let me know in the comment section below what you enjoyed, what you didn't enjoy, your own thoughts on this alternate timeline and how it can be improved, or your own opinions of what could have happened instead. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time.